Classic Tetris World Championships 2020. Here come the grand finals. Boom! Tetris for all of you.
All right. And you can see right here, once again, we do have the in-house matchup here. Dog versus Pixel Andy there. We have this fancy setup here with two different cameras on them. I mean, we should just put them next to each other and just have one cameras.
Props to their internet connection for double streaming their game. 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Let's go.
It all comes down to this.
This is the hall matchup right here. Winner of this gets the rocking chair from this point forward. And you can see both of them here. And again, remember the lore here that Dog was it still is a hyper tapper, and Andy was originally a Daz player. And because Andy could not keep up as a Daz player, he learned hyper tapping because of Dog. And so now it's come full circle here. As we mentioned earlier in the interviews, they seemed pretty shy on trying to declare which one of them is stronger. I'm sure they've had plenty of fights, sibling fights about that.
But no, we get to facilitate that. We get to be the definitive answer. And, when Vince and Adam and Robin Mahara and, we all started this Classic Tetris World Championships, the question was, who is the best Tetris player in the world? And look at what we've come down to out of all of this. In the same house, streaming to us, we are going to find out who the best Tetris player is in the world between these two brothers in the same house.
Yeah, and an accidentally extra rotation from Andy causing that J piece right there to fall into the wrong position. So now he's going to have to figure out a way to get through that. It's not going to be a problem. In fact, he's going to clear that up right now and just gets the L piece perfectly. There you go. But look at the starting Tetris rates from these players. 87 versus 85. Mm-hmm. You wonder why both of these players here are in the grand finals. Both of these players are so strong, and you can see it right now in their play.
Mm-hmm. And you just expect them to be neck and neck the whole way, but we are going to see. We are going to determine what the difference is between them. And if that's what it takes, if they don't want to answer it, then we'll give them the answer by letting them play it out on stage.
All right.
Our online stage here at the Classic Tetris World Championships 2020 Grand Finals.
90% Tetris rate for both players right now. You heard Andy say it, hoping for a bunch of max outs here in this grand finals. They are both well on pace for that.
And we know they're both capable of playing beyond the max out, and that might be necessary.
Okay, instead of dropping that, he's going to go for Andy goes for the Tetris, and Dog needs to fill out that middle over there. He's got a gap there in column 2, but has the perfect L piece. But unfortunately, he still needs to clear through that stack you see right there. He needs to get that column 10 opened up. He's gotten it. Waiting for the long bar now for the Tetris.
And there it is. Boom! Tetris for Dog.
All right.
Tetris for Andy, maintaining a slight lead now, 324,000 points to 305,000.
So you have a sibling, Chris? Do you have a sibling?
Yes. Michael Tang, actually, he's younger. And we've entered a lot of gaming tournaments together. So I know that the brother dynamic really does help push you to become a better player. And I love seeing that here with Dog versus Andy.
So you're an older brother, so you're rooting for Andy. I'm a younger brother, so let's go, Dog. Let's go.
I'm happy either way. This is just great Tetris all around.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, a Sega World Champion. And my brother is actually a PlayStation World Champion.
Well, here we go. An interesting situation here.
Okay. Yeah, he's going up high. Dog's got holes in his stack.
Yeah, Dog needs to fix this, and he needs a long bar. Actually, he's just going to go ahead and burn off. Nicely done.
That's burnable.
Yeah, and he's going to get a Tetris out of this. Now he needs to clean out just a little bit, but that's not going to be a problem. But that does give the opportunity now for Andy to continue to build a lead here. You can see, actually, they're still both at 71%.
Yeah.
Man, this is insane right now.
Yeah, Andy at 406,000 points and Dog at 388. Andy now up at 429. So Pickle Andy up to a slight lead now, about Tetris and a half ahead.
And there's that O piece there with no position to place that. So still, Dog has not been able to get his board perfectly clean here. Actually, that's An unfortunate situation now for Andy. Definitely not some great pieces there, but he's managed to handle it. And
boom, Tetris for Andy and Simul Tetris Dog scoring at the same time. But Andy's jumping up to the lead now. He at 500,000 points. He's got an 80,000 point lead over Dog at 419. Boom, Tetris for Andy. Andy is tearing through now. And Dog is going to need to do some work to catch up as we head towards the level 19 transition.
Yep, that's at 130 lines here. Both of them, actually Andy now, I was about to say both of them with clean playfields, but Andy there with a little bit of a misdrop. He's gonna have to go for the double over there, and he's trying to figure out what he can do now to clean this, if he's gonna be able to tuck that over there.
He's gotta go dirty there. He's gonna try to go dirty. He's set up for it. He's waiting for the long bar.
Oh man.
Very aggressive play here by Andy. But he's got a nice double wide, so he's got insurance.
Yeah. So he's been able to clean that out over there. But what is this drought? 22 line drought. And he's still set up for the Tetris over there. And the piece is not coming. Wow. So yeah, gives up so he can transition a little more cleanly.
Yeah, that was the gamble. Why the drought then? It's almost as if it...
This is brutal. Finally, that piece shows up there. Took him long enough. And here we go. Now, Andy has an odds.
Both players playing dangerously high. Dog now trying to burn down.
That drought hurt both of them really badly here.
Yeah, it seemed like they weren't expecting it. They were playing aggressively to the point where, they were betting that it was going to show up, and it just didn't want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of them have managed to clear their fields down, and yeah, there you go. Tetris for both of them. Both of them now at about a 60% rate. 75,000 point lead for Andy, but he's also ahead by 5 lines, so it's more of a 1 Tetris lead right now for Andy. Actually, yeah, they're only 3 lines apart here. Andy is building up this lead. Look at this, 100,000 point lead.
Andy at 692, Dog at 592. So yeah, 100,000 points to cover. Dog needs to cover some ground to catch up. And Andy is raining down the Tetrises, not letting up one bit.
Well, if Andy is raining down Tetrises, that means Dog, who is behind in lines, knows that the eyepieces are coming up. Again, that's one of the advantages of playing from behind, is you get a little bit of that extra information that way.
Yeah, I mean, one thing they could actually do is if they were playing close enough together, they could physically screen look, but they're probably not. I was wondering if that would be a thing now. So yeah, 100,000 points difference. Andy at 843, Dog at 737.
Yeah, Dog getting another Tetris here. Another drought coming up, however. So we've got a 20-piece drought here. This is not... Okay, there we go, finally. And boom, Tetris for Andy. 64% rate, still at 135,000 ahead right now with the lead.
Yeah, Andy at 912. Dog firing back. He did a triple, compromising on some points, but then he scores 2 Tetrises. Still a 100,000 point deficit though. So Andy almost on the verge of maxing out here on level 26.
Yeah, big deficit here for Dog. This is a very significant lead, especially that they're at level 26. So like you said, both of these guys can play beyond level 29. So that may come to fruition here.
Next Tetris will max out Andy, and boom, there it is. Max out for Andy, 1,018,000 points, and Dog at 945 has a 100,000 point deficit to make up for still, and he's still playing. We know these guys can play post 29, so they're gonna have to use it. We'll see how it plays out.
Oh, but
we are 1 level away.
Being stuck with being reliant on multiple eyepieces, but oh my god, look at this. Oh, that is perfect right there. Level 29, here we go. Here we go, first game.
Boom, Tetris for Andy at level 30. And Dog's not set up with the center well, so he's not gonna be able to get anything. He gets one more Tetris over to the right, and the point deficit's still 50,000 points. Andy is gonna take this first round, but look at those scores. Double max out, double kill screen, post 29 play, Andy making it to 30. We are on a whole nother level.
Hey guys, I hope you are enjoying game number 1 of Grand Finals.
Oh my god. 1.1.
We had hundreds of competitors around the world entering this event, and we wanted to know who the best Tetris player in the world is. And we thought that someday that double max out, double kill screens would be a thing. But now, we're streaming from two people in the same room that can do that. So,
and both of them got Tetrises in level 29
kill
as
screen
well.
Tetrises. That kind of power and consistency. Oh my goodness.
3,000 for first place, 1,500 for second place. Parents might take both of that, combine it together for some college funds. Who knows? We'll see what they do with this money. But the first two,
they must be really proud. That's,
45. 13 years old, and I forget exactly how old Andy is. He's like 15, I think he is, and $4,500 for playing video games here, for playing a game that's 30 some odd years old, to get $4,500 into their household. Here we go.
Yeah.
Game number 2.
Identical piece placements there. Look at that. Okay, there's some variation there, but yeah, it started off pretty much the same. And they get to play with each other, learn from each other, and be powerful. I mean, can you imagine, you talk about players inspiring each other, but this setup is like, now you don't just have to get past one, you got to get past both of them, no matter what the outcome of this is. So
yeah, and again, one of the things that people will always tell you is that becoming strong in any sort of competition or art, either way, requires a rival.
Rivalry inspires one to become one's best. That's a win quote I wrote for Ryu in Street Fighter, by the way.
And honestly, the ability to have a brother to push you like this is such a story that we see so many times in so many competitive environments.
And having that close at hand, I mean, there's no better way. It's just right there, and you can gauge your performance when you have someone to perform against.
Go boom Tetris for Dog, and you can see 77% for him. Andy with a little bit of a field that he's trying to clean up here. He's Tetris ready again, so he's down by 37,000 points right now, trying to figure out his way to get in here. Let's see if he can catch up to his brother. We see a little bit of a drought situation here that they both just cleared through. Nice tuck set up by Dog.
Oh, high spin by Andy. And Dog making a Tetris there, so Andy catching up. We are almost neck and neck. Well, Dog up by about a Tetris and a half at 214,000, and Andy at 179.
Yeah, but you see the little cleanup that Dog is having to do right now to get into those holes right there in column 2 and 3. So that's going to give Andy the opportunity to start a comeback at this point.
Yep. Yeah, scores are neck and neck. Dog's in a bit of a dig. Andy's kind of got a uneven playfield there, but he's evening it up pretty well. I imagine take a triple, just to keep it safe, I guess.
Yeah, and he still has it set up. There it is, Tetris in the center of the stage of the playing field. And so he is in a good position right now. He's at 65%. Andy at 69% with just a 25,000 point lead. Nothing unsurmountable. Here we go.
Yep. And both playfields good builds now.
Unfortunately,
Dog needs something. Yeah, there it is.
And Andy also building himself a requirement for some LJ pieces. But there we go. Cleans it out. Now has his set for a Tetris, and boom, Tetris for Andy.
Yeah, Andy looking a bit better now. So Dog's going to have to clean that up and start scoring back again. There it is. Dog set up. Waiting for a long bar.
There it is. And simul Tetris.
Dog. Yeah, Andy's firing right back at the same time. So
how How is Dog gonna handle the column 9 right now? He needs to drop some pieces in column 9 to be able to get ready for the Tetris. See, he didn't have it ready at that point in time because he was not dropping any pieces, burning any of those pieces over there. So he's got a fairly high stack here, but that's gonna clear out a lot of it right there with back-to-back Tetris real fast. Just to get the stack down a little bit. He's at 60%. However, Andy chugging along here, you see at 72%.
Yeah, Andy's just maintained this 2 Tetris lead for a while now. Dog, he's scoring where he can, but there's burns here and there. So I think it's really they're playing a balanced game where they're trying not to do anything too risky, and I guess they're gonna see what happens when they hit post 19.
Okay, well, Andy has kind of a unwieldy tuck that he's got to go for over there, because even if he can slide something in there, it's still not perfectly clean. Actually, that T-piece will help a lot. Now he's just, okay, I see what he's doing here. He's going for a little bit of a burn to clean that up. Nicely done.
Yep, and Dog did some skims there, but bangs down to Tetris. Andy's lead has grown 514,000 points now to Dog's 425. So Dog's still got a bit of a climb to catch up.
Andy now needing to clean out that line over there. Got it. And has to drop that, but perfectly set up for the tuck. And there you go. Boom Tetris for Andy. But Dog slowly working his way back up here. He's at a 64% Tetris rate. Meanwhile, Andy's still maintaining that 70%. He's at 71% Tetris rate.
And the lead is growing. And Andy hits transition. 586,000 points to Dog's 521, ahead by 65,000 points. So lead is growing ever so slightly. And let's see if Dog can turn on the aggression now, like we've seen him done to other opponents.
Yeah, when he gets to that transition, suddenly it feels like it just gives Dog a whole second wind.
Yeah, Dog gets unleashed. It's amazing to see.
Yeah, but here we go, Andy. Nicely done with those burns and a boom Tetris for him, still maintaining that 70% rate.
Yep, Andy is just raining down Tetrises still, so
all right.
No change in the deficit. Andy's still ahead, 700,000 points to Dog's 653.
Yeah, he's doing such a good job just maintaining this lead. And again, both of these players are hyper tappers, at least once they get to this point. Andy says that he is more of a Daz player at level 18 because that's how he started.
Dog playing dangerously high, waiting out for long bar, and he played very aggressively there. Now he has a situation, he needs to get the long bar over to the left. He does, and will survive that. And now he just needs to burn some stuff down to be able to score again. But that was very dangerous for a few moments there.
Yeah, but the pieces are still not flowing the way that he wants it to. He still has, okay, now he's long bar required.
It's aggressive, but yeah, it's dangerous now. He's gonna have to get some long bars over far left and right, and that's not gonna happen. And Andy with the definitive lead there at the end, Dog topping out, and Andy with a 157,000 point lead.
Wow, there you go. So look at this. We are in the grand finals. Dog is ranked seeded #1, but Andy coming right out of the gate, very strong, taking 2 games to go up 2-0, and you can see a lot of the anguish right now on Dog's face. Again,
yeah, Dog's got to win this game in order to stay in the match, and Andy is at match point now, so wow.
And here we go. This is tournament point for Andy. Can he become the 2020 Tetris World Champion, or does Dog have something more in the tank and has something to say about this? Let's go. Game number 3.
3, 2, 1, Tetris.
All right. Once again, starting,
very similar stacks. Andy going for the tuck. And both players capable of doing cool and interesting tucks. But Dog's all business this round.
Yeah, well, Andy still needs that tuck right there. You can see, yep, gets that in there, but still needs one more. He's going to be able to get the Tetris here, but this piece will be able to get in there if he rotates it at the right timing, which, of course, he does. No problem. No sweat. Okay, and Tetris ready. Boom, Tetris. 75% Tetris rate for Andy. 53% rate right now for Dog. Of course, it's still early on, but Andy with a 17,000 point lead.
Dog still building for a Tetris, and there it is. Boom, Tetris for Dog. And yeah, they're just a little bit less than a Tetris apart in the early goings. I think both players are trying to get their stacks in position to score. Andy doing it first. And boom, Tetris for Andy. And boom, Tetris for Dog. We are neck and neck.
Yep. Back and forth. Only a 4,000 point difference at this point in time. Negligible. Although we did see one match that came down to 2,300 points. So nothing is insignificant. But nice piece. Oh, great pieces for Dog right now. Getting exactly what he needed to fill out his stack. Boom. Tetris for Dog. You know, every once in a while we talk about how the RNG isn't favorable, but you got to recognize when the RNG is favorable. And right there, Dog getting a lot of great pieces that he needed.
Same piece sets, and they're dropping at the same time. So, yeah, right now we're just kind of seeing different play fields with the same pieces in play. It's also fascinating to see what they choose to do with them. And scoring Tetris simultaneously. Yep. Does it get closer than this? And he set up for a compound tuck there.
Oh, boy.
A lot of tucking going on. Let's see how he handles this. Andy shaking his head there. I don't think it worked out the way he wanted to, but he can dig out of this.
He can dig out of it for sure. But here we go. Opportunity now for Dog to build the lead.
Taking the lead. Ready for another Tetris. Boom, Tetris for Dog. Increasing the lead now. 283,000 points. Andy at 239. For 43,000 point difference.
Things are getting a little rough here for Andy. The pieces
playing up high.
The pieces are not coming the way that he wants them. Actually, that long bar will help a lot.
Yeah, he's able to take a triple off of that.
Okay.
Decides to flat burn the long bar. Smart move. And he's almost out. He just needs a flat bottom piece. There we go.
There it is.
Boom, Tetris for Andy.
But look at this. Dog in that time has built a 78,000 point lead with an 82% Tetris rate. Andy down to 59% in that burning period. Here we go. Gonna take the Tetris, but now drop that into there for Dog. Yeah, needed the long bar to fill that out.
Yeah, Dog with all the momentum here. 79,000 point lead now. 402,000 points to Andy's 324. So Andy's got some work to do to catch up. And Dog set up for another Tetris.
You know, I talked about how some players could opt for the strategy to hope the opponent tops out. We just had a match. The first match went to the last to level 29, level 30 even. That is not a strategy here now. The best strategy is to be able to handle a few lines after the kill screen. And both these guys can do that. And post 29 play is a thing, and they're going to show us the showcase if they get there. Yeah, all right. So he's going for a dirty Tetris. He knows how far behind he is in points, and boom, it pays off for him. And I think he's going to keep going for it. Yep, here we go.
Dog at 499 and Andy at 406. 93,000 point difference.
A misshift. It's going to be okay for him, but that's just going to allow Dog to keep building the lead. Definitely. Yeah, you can see that Andy is trying to play so aggressive right now because he doesn't really have much of a choice. He's down by 90,000 points.
We're nearing transition, so their boards have to get sorted out as well. So, yeah, Andy almost burned that back down to the bottom, so we'll see if he clears that out prior to transition.
Yeah, he's trying to right now. It's 3 lines to go, and so he's actually in good position right now.
Filling out his left. It looks like, he'll try to build a Tetris well, so he can Tetris into level 19. And he's set up for it. Boom! Tetris for Andy, level 19.
And same thing for Dog. He has gotten into level 19. They have both transitioned. But Dog now needing a long bar to drop in there. There you go. Let's see if he can get himself out of the situation. He dug himself into a little bit of an awkward hole. He should be able to get out of this. Yeah, perfect. Now he just needs something to drop in there. Oh!
Yeah, he's building up really high. He's going to need to dig out of this.
Good.
And you get over to the right. Wow, that was a clutch triple.
How do you tap that fast? It is not human at all. He is burned all the way back to the bottom of the screen.
What a dig. 669,000 points. So Dog is up now. 93,000 points. Has reversed the situation here and has the lead over Andy.
Yeah, he's had the lead for most of this game right now, but I'm still just completely flabbergasted at that dig. That was impossible.
Unreal. Like, on the frame levels of danger there.
And now, needs to do a burn. Okay, he's going to sacrifice a Tetris there, but better to stay safe. And so he's doing some burn right now. All right.
And he's firing back. So, now we're trading back and forth, kind of in the 40,000 point deficit here. Dog in the lead, 769,000 points to Andy 724. And they're both raining Tetrises down. This is getting intense. Both of them are turning on the heat post-transition here.
But if you look at this right now, the Tetris rates are catching up. Andy's almost actually caught up in Tetris rates here. Remember, he was at 50-something and Andy was at like 90, 80-some percent earlier. And we're in a situation right now where he's almost caught up. It's 60 to 68% right now.
Mm-hmm. And I just saw for an instant, Andy did get within 10,000 points range of Dog, but that lead is being maintained 899 to Andy's 825. Yeah, Andy's got some trouble on his board.
Yeah.
That Spire's going to be tough to navigate. He's going to top out. Dog's going to take this round, and he stays in this. It is a series, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, it was all with that one burn situation. I still don't believe that he was able to survive in that situation. That, ladies and gentlemen, right there is the power of hyper tapping. There is no way that Dog would have survived that had he been a Daz player. Can Andy do it and be the champion, or is Dog gonna bring this to 2-2 tie?
3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Here we go.
This time, variants on their drops there, so different play fields. See how this shapes up.
All right, boom Tetris for both players.
Both of them, yep.
Starting at 100% for both of them then, as we will see often with these players. Okay. Now
both stacks looking good.
Bar, but we have the drought. Okay. Now an awkward situation a little bit here for Andy. Just needs to get that tuck in there. And actually, that worked out perfectly with the S piece following right afterwards. But here we go, another pseudo drought. No, okay, they're fine. And boom, Tetris, 100 to 92% Tetris rates here for these two players. Nice micro adjustment by Dog to put space for that O piece over there.
Yep, they're just trading back and forth with the Tetrises. Dog up by 1 now, but Andy will catch up with this next one. Boom, Tetris for Andy. Neck and neck.
Ooh, interesting last second adjustment there by Andy. But he's still okay, but he needs to figure out a way to fill out that right side of his stack. That O piece is going to be great for that. And there we go. He's in a great situation. And what a tuck setup right
he
there.
Just adjusted for the next piece and turned it into a tuck.
Uh-oh. But
he's
here we
playing
go.
really high.
Drought. He needs to get that over there. Yep, no problem. Yep, both of them affected by that drought, but definitely Andy in a little bit more of a danger situation. And now here we go. The pieces are not working out very well here. Yep, he's going to block that. How is he? Okay, there we go. Tetris for Andy. So he needs something there on the left side and finally gets that piece. Meanwhile, Dog has transitioned to a row 2 Tetris setup right now. And these two players, you can see that the brothers pushing each other to go for the gusto here. These guys are playing so aggressive. They are not taking any time to just like try to burn down or anything like that. They are trying to get Tetrises wherever, whenever they can. You see right there, Dog still setting up for this Tetris here, basically playing like there is no row 1.
Ooh, got the dependencies there, so he's not going to be able to use that long bar as he had planned. And now he's going to have to do some burns, so that's going to let Andy take a lead now at 286,000 points to Dog's 229. And about a 56,000 point difference now.
And there you go, boom Tetris for Dog. So he's okay right now.
Maintaining that row 2 well, and boom Tetris for Dog again.
And now he's going to be able to
finally
get
burns it. Yep.
Yeah.
Clears it off, and now he's back at the bottom. But yeah, Andy's stacking up high. Opts to take some doubles to stay safe.
I feel like Andy's been at such a strong pace like this entire set so far, but he's in an awkward situation.
Yeah,
he's gonna have
to fill them. That's gonna allow Dog to catch up here. Boom Tetris for Dog. There it is. We're back to neck and neck, and now Dog taking the lead at 346,000. Andy at 321.
Can he get that over there? There it is. Yes, boom, Tetris for Andy, and now he's back into position, but now Dog with the higher Tetris rate, despite the fact that, actually, it's neck and neck. It is neck and neck.
It is neck and neck.
Oh, man. The brothers going against each other here, neck and neck, virtually tied here in this current game.
Yeah, I got down to less than a 2,000 point, or around a 2,200 point difference there. And yeah, Dog building up high, playing risky. So wait for log bar, boom, Tetris for Dog. And Andy playing low and still getting a Tetris. So
beautiful
very close game.
Right there from Dog, and back-to-back line pieces to fill out those columns, and a third one for the Tetris for Dog. And here we go, and a Tetris as well for Andy. Has himself set up a tuck right now. What's he gonna do? Nope, he's gonna draw the T piece there. Finally sets the tuck in there. You wanna make sure your field is clean on the left side before you go cleaning that right side. You can always burn lines on the right side if you want to.
And yeah, the drought is causing them to burn off the top. Dog taking, I believe, a triple, and I saw Andy take a single and a double, so they're both handling it. At 28 drought there, and Dog finally nailing a Tetris, and followed by Andy. Still going back and forth between Tetris as we are approaching transition.
Oh, but it's so close right now. Just a half Tetris lead, essentially, for Andy. Actually, we are back into the
Dog is doing
neck and
something. Maybe he was typing something in his computer there, but he was playing with one hand there for that stretch. And we're neck and neck, 127 lines, approaching transition.
Why not? Why not play with one hand for just a period of time to show off?
Boom,
what the
Tetris
heck?
for Dog. And both players in the transition. Boom, Tetris for Andy. We are off to level 19 speeds. Here we go.
Yep, they transitioned at virtually the same time. They're at the virtually same life. Only a 6,000 point lead. This is the kind of matches we're getting here in grand finals, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, don't forget we're neck and neck to this. And the same pieces are falling at the same time. So if they get the long bar and are set up for it, you'll see that screen flash simultaneously.
Okay, Andy.
Boom, Tetris for Dog.
He's had to build a hole into his stack over here, so he's trying to clear through that right now. Trying to figure out the right way to do that. Oh, that eyepiece came at just the wrong moment. He's going to
go for a high, aggressive Tetris there. He's building up high. He's going to need some stuff to dig out of this.
Oh, he's not going to be able to do that.
And it looks like Dog's going to take this game, and we are in a decider.
Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Final game, final set here. This is the decider of deciders of deciders.
We have gone the distance, and yes, we are in a final showdown match to determine who the best Tetris player in the world is between these two brothers in the same house. And the thing is, when you talk to people about this story, they probably won't believe it, but you know, we're doing it now. Can you believe the entire power of the internet is making this possible? A 30-year-old game being played over a stream on the internet and facilitated, and you know, we've got tens and thousands of people watching now. This is amazing. Welcome to Classic Tetris World Championships 2020 Grand Finals, last match. Here we go.
Oh man!
Look at that dog smiling. looks like he's got something planned here. Final countdown, because it is the final round.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Tetris.
And it all comes down to this. CTWC 2020 with the entire power of the internet making this possible. We will find out who the best Tetris player is in the world between these two brothers.
Yep. Again, Dog, one of the favorites coming into this. We had Huffaluffagus defeat Joseph Saley, the two-time champion. And here we are to set the stage for this, but we got to start burning. Dog is
Dog playing high. Super aggressive.
Oh, man. Okay. My heart can't take this, Chris.
Boom Tetris for both of them. They were neck and neck. And yeah, Andy's just going to tuck that in there. Boom Tetris for Andy. Firing back and forth. It's just a matter of who fills that matrix with pieces and bangs down that Tetris next time the long bar comes. And both of these players are capable of, playing past level 29. So if they push each other, we are going to see a finale of epic proportions like you've never seen before in Classic Tetris.
All right, here we go. Dog now having to set up a burn situation here. How's he going to do this? Yep. All right, he needs an I bar to drop in
long
there.
Bar dependencies for Andy.
Interesting way he set that up. And now even more so. Okay, so he's starting to burn down the lines a little bit. He's going to get the Tetris, and actually that L piece is going to be perfect. Now he needs the J. There's the J. Back to a stable board.
Yeah, and Andy's got a dirty Tetris well on row 3. He's burned down 2 Tetrises now with that boom Tetris for Andy.
Nice.
And look, we had a 0-point differential before that single was made. This is neck and neck as it gets.
Yep, 61, 63%. So yeah, definitely both players here keeping pace with each other. What more can you expect from brothers going up against each other? But really bad parity situation right now for Andy. See if he can fix this up a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
He's got some dependencies, but he's dealing with it.
Yeah, not looking clean here. He can get the Tetris over there if he can get a long bar, but if it decides to drought him, that's a problem. But he's handling it well here. There we go. Finally, the long bar. That's a sigh of relief right there for Andy, getting himself to a point where he feels a little more comfortable continuing to build this. But
yeah, it looks like he's gonna build up with those with that hole there, and he's just probably gonna throw down a triple and then stack on top of row 1 there.
Yep.
Boom, Tetris for Andy. And that opens up his well, and or the hole left behind, and he takes the single, and he's super clean again. That was really good cleanup there by Andy. Sacrificing almost no lines.
Go. And so now you can see here we're hitting another drought. Finally done right there. 57% Tetris rate for Andy. 70% Tetris rate for Dog.
So Andy at 278 is behind by about 36,000 points. The Dog at 315. Still early on, and every time they fire back and forth, it's just pretty much just a Tetris away and score.
Oh gosh, here we
Fire
go.
by Andy having to dodge that outgrowth there.
And Andy is in an awkward position here. Yeah, he's going to have to start building stacks here to try to get in there. So there you go. But again, he has a hole that's going to prevent the Tetris. He has to take the triple again. So he's at 60% still. The Dog is at 73% right now.
And it looks like Dog's changed his grip somewhat. It's holding his controller up higher now.
I wonder what's happening here. Maybe just getting a little bit tired here. Oh, back down a little bit. Oh, I hope there's like no pain or anything like that for him or soreness.
No, he's got a big smile on his face for whatever reason. So I don't think there's any pain involved there. And he's playing great Tetris. Didn't see any errors at all. So he's just doing his thing. As we know, he was playing with one hand for a while in some of his matches.
It's true. Okay.
Yeah, that's a sign of a true pro. I mean, we saw Joseph Saley do that for a while, and if this new generation of players can do that too, then that's a sign.
All right. Needing to do a little burning here for Dog.
Yeah, Dog was playing up high and got the log bar, was rewarded. Boom Tetris for Dog. Now up 53,000 points at 486,000 points to Andy's 430.
Yeah, but Andy's slowly trying to make this comeback here, but Dog is not letting up, staying with that 70% Tetris rate right now. And here we go. Another drought situation here. I'm not going to tuck that in. Going to tuck that here. Finally, we have the 20-piece drought here. They're basically on the same pace in terms of lines.
Okay, and you just hit level 19 transition. So we'll see if there's anything that changes. Super clean playfield, though. He burned down to the bottom and had like almost nothing on the field. And Dog's in okay shape. He needs to do a couple of burns. Takes that double.
This is bad for Andy. Can he make it out of this?
Yeah, if he was able to fill his left, and he did, he should be okay. Yep. Burn that down. He's gonna have to take a triple there, and Dog's gonna jump higher into the lead now. 636,000 points to Andy's 546, up by 116,000 points now. So Andy is gonna have to start fighting back here. Oh, and Andy not making the log bar fit into the far left, but the next one comes, and he is able to fix that misdrop. Boom Tetris for Andy.
And he's down by 20% in terms of Tetris rate. He needs some bad pieces for Dog to happen at this point in time if he intends to try to catch up. But Dog is not letting up at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dog is unleashed at this point. You're seeing that post-19 tear that he does and just increases his Tetris rate. And can anything stop it? We'll have to see. Andy's going to have to pull it out now.
And remember, he went down 2 games. He went down 2. He was 0-2. Has come back here to bring it to this final game.
This potentially reverse sweep here.
Can he complete this? Can he complete this reverse sweep?
Ooh, hanging the long bar up there. It's not deadly yet. He needs to burn down and get it safe. Oh, he can't get that hole open. So he's going to have to burn it as a roof. If the right pieces come out, okay, he burned the roof off. Good. Now he could clear that. Okay, he's starting to burn it down. He knows what he needs to do. Clears off that top and starts to drill back down. What a dig.
Nice dig, but that might be the opening that Andy has been looking for.
Andy's got the momentum now. He's coming back. There's only a 11,000 point difference now. So Andy at 803, Dog at 816. Less than a Tetris separating each other. So every time they bang down a Tetris, it's just flipping leads.
Oh my goodness. This is so close here on this last game. Needs a tuck. He gets that in there. And boom,
Tetris for Dog. Boom, Tetris for Andy. We are neck and neck. Level 27. They are going to push each other possibly to the kill screen here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, a little bit tough situation here for Andy. He needs the long bar over there, gets it over there. And he needs the S piece now. Finally gets that. There we go. Clears himself out.
Dog jumping up into the lead, 72,000. So Dog about to max out at 990,000, Andy at 918. So 70,000 point difference here. It is going to be coming down to some post 29 play. Andy behind by a bit. So we'll see if they can both bang down these Tetrises, and they do. So Andy, kill screen. Dog, max out.
He couldn't get it over there. He can't do it. He can't do it. Dog has taken it. He's made the comeback from down 0-2, and he is the champion.
We have a new Tetris World Champion here in 2020. It's Dog playing Tetris.
And there you go, coming back 0-2. You see the high five between the brothers here on the screen. He has done it. The 0-2 comeback. And it required both of them getting once again to that kill screen. And there it is. Dog, 13 years young, is the Tetris, the Classic Tetris World Champion.
Wow. And that was definitely a final match to remember. They pulled out all the stops. They left it all on the matrix there. They played their best. They drove each other to like double kill screen games. And we now know the best Tetris player in the world, 2020, is Dog. And right behind him, Andy. Players in the same house, like I said, the power of the internet and all of the effort that we went through to, weed through an international field of amazing players. And so many of our veterans and so many of young up-and-coming stars. They tore through them, and it all came down to two players in the same house. So this is going to be a story for the ages. I am honored and humbled to have witnessed it.
And I apologize to the internet out there, but I have to say it. You're the man now, Dog. You are the champion.
It's my turn to head death.
World champion. He is the champion, and man, this is unprecedented here. And remember that dig that he had. Remember that dig that he had to save himself that one game.
And he completed a reverse sweep. I mean, there's so many elements in this match. It's like brother versus brother across the hall, reverse sweep, insanity. But number one seed coming in, Dog, looks like lived up to the prediction and some of the ELO odds there. So number one seed wins it, Dog.
Yeah, and again, before, I don't have an opportunity or I forget to say this, but once again, shout outs to all the players, but shout out also to the staff here, to Van Weiler right now doing all the streams, for Trey Harrison, creating the system and the way for these guys to be able to play on the internet, to Vince and Adam for doing all the organizational work. There are so many people involved in bringing you guys the CTWC 2020 here during this pandemic, during this lockdown. You'd think that we wouldn't be able to do this for a 30-year-old game, but we have managed to do that.
Yeah, and a 30-year-old game that's getting to enjoy the second life and people playing it and enjoying it to new heights and pushing it to levels of scoring possibility we didn't think would ever happen, and it just keeps getting better. And if you can imagine, the next generation is here, and who knows what future generations of players that's going to inspire. Sky's the limit, and we can't wait to see how it's going to grow from here. So we're going to get this interview started, I believe.
Yeah, it's definitely a passing the torch kind of thing. Joseph was the one that inspired Dog. And who is Dog going to inspire now? Showing you that age does not matter here.
Mm-hmm. So, we went from a 16-year-old champion. Now we've got a 13-year-old champion. So, it just the bar gets raised and the age gets lowered. Here we go.
Less than 100,000 points separated both of you in Game 5. It was a photo finish. It was a race to the thrill screen. That's what we're calling it now. And it was basically just one long bar placement, right? Like it was one frame that you couldn't get the Tetris over, but you were so good in the rest of the series with your tucks and your hyper tapping. Just give me your thoughts as you look back on that incredible 5-game series.
It's actually already, unreal. Just getting to second place, right? My goal was to get a T-piece. So I have fulfilled that goal, and it's cool having a first and second place TPs in the same house. You know, I'm like happy for Dog. You know.
And Dog is joining us now. Congratulations, champ! You are the fourth CTWC champion in history. We're going to try and get your camera up here so that we can see the new champ. And there he is at 13 years of age. You are the fourth ever CTWC champion and 3 years younger, setting the record now than Joseph when he won his championship. How does it feel to be champ, Dog?
I mean, I came here like just to qualify. But, you know, I mean, it's really cool to, you know, just to win this just from whenever I started playing in 2019. And I never expected myself to win the tournament. That's just insane. And, you know, this is definitely like the ideal finals that I wanted. Like the brothers, you know, playing against each other in the finals is insane. And honestly, I saw the interview and like to answer a question, whenever I was down 2-0 on like the confidence thing, I was trying to be as confident as possible. But then whenever I misdropped in level 20, like the long bar that like went too far, like laser zero monkey, I feel like some of my confidence just sort of like dropped. And then whenever I got out, I just started like, you know, repping it up again and, you know, winning the tournament. It's just, that was the most important part, I think, of the path to winning.
I want to tell you that you may have already guessed this, but you're actually the number one in ELO right now as well. You've overtaken Joseph. Your rating is 2079 and Joseph is at 2074. So you are the fourth person to be number one in the rankings. You have 202 matches and your win-loss record, unbelievable, 143 and 59. So congratulations for that as well. You've hit 2 number ones with this victory. How does that sound?
I mean, that's really cool. I mean, all I care about is I'm number one ELO.
Really? You didn't care about world champions? No. Gotta be number one ELO, that's it. I mean, that's still pretty impressive. I mean, that win-loss record is amazing. Oh my gosh. 143 wins and 50. My gosh. That's insane. 70% win rate, man.
I feel like, you know, at the end, I just, like, on the decider game, I just sort of just wanted to have fun, you know? Like, in the middle of it, like, doing the cheese grip. Like, that was just sort of, like, at this point, I'm just, like, having fun and just playing my heart out.
We were curious about that. Were you just flexing in that moment, or were you giving your wrists a rest? Like, why would you do that? Shout out to Cheese.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, you know, he was my first competitor, and honestly, I was actually more nervous for like Cheese than like. I think I was more nervous for Cheese than Corian, just like probably just because it was top 8, but and it was my first match. But I mean, yeah, I mean, all of my opponents played well. You know, no 18 top outs. And yeah, I'm really glad with how this came out.
So you think you would have been more nervous if you were playing someone else other than your brother in the grand final?
I was more nervous whenever I lost the first game. But honestly, I think I'd be more nervous, like... I honestly think that I would be just as nervous if I like played anyone else, I think.
How much did you and your brother talk about this? Like, just talk about the idea that you two could end up in the grand final of CTWC.
You know, I mean, we did, you know, like talk about, you know, us getting to the final, since after we saw, you know, how all the brackets came out and, you know, the fact that we're on different sides of the bracket, that was obviously what we wanted to happen.
Last question for you before we bring your brother back in. You are so young. You're 13 years old and you're world champ. Like, have you, like, take a second to let that sink in, right? Like, you have accomplished something at such a young age that so many people are unable to do, like with the special talent that you have and the drive and determination that you've used to grind this game and get to this point, right? Like, how does it feel to be a world champion at the start of your teenage years?
I mean, that's insane. Like, you know, my mindset coming to this is just to like stay confident. You know, I was fine with top 8 whatever happened after that was, I mean, I was sort of just fine with, but winning the tournament is just, it's like, I don't know, it's just insane. I don't really know what else to really say. I'm just happy that I won.
Let's bring in Andy again. I'd love to talk with you both because both of you are like, I have never seen such creative Classic Tetris play. You both are so great with tucks and just the way that you position the boards and how you get out of sticky situations. Like, what do you, Dog, let's start with you. What do you credit that to?
Okay. So generally I look for adjustments whenever I like place my pieces. Like, if I can make it tuck, that makes my stack better, and with like correlating to next box, and I'll do that. Also, one thing that was really important for the CTWC run was like after I went 2-0, I actually started looking at like Andy's drought counter, which is like, I'm not sure if that's like cheating or something, but I was sort of like using his drought counter as like thinking of what I should do. If I see his drought counter just keeps continuing, then I'm going to burn down. But if his drought counter is like, just stopped and just flash a Tetris, then I'm just gonna, get the Tetris without having to like burn anything, because I know that I'm confident that I will get the Tetris.
A lot of people in chat are still, I can't believe they even think that you're not in the same house. Andy, can you go into Dog's room just to prove that you guys are in the same house, please? If you don't mind, just for a second. Because I can't believe chat does not believe that y'all are in the same house. They're brothers, people. There you go. Are you happy now? There he is. There you go. Great. So let me ask you this. I know that, like, for example, Dog, you started playing Tetris Friends before you picked up Classic Tetris. You both watched the CTWC on YouTube, things like that. Like, is anyone else in the family or other friends good at Tetris? Like, were they along with the ride too, or is it just you two that just love Tetris?
I mean, it's really just like us two that like are like like really good max out level of Tetris.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad does actually play Tetris, and he has like a 400k, which is pretty good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. He must be really proud right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations, Dog, and Andy as well, coming first and second. The first time brothers have ever been in this position right here. But Dog, you are the 2020 champion. There's a lot of fans of yours in chat right now. What do you have to say to them? These are your first proclamation, your first words addressing chat as a world champion. What would you like to say to them?
I guess just like, and just a chat, the community in general. Thank you for supporting me through the Tetris. Definitely, a lot of the good lucks and stuff before the tournament definitely helped my, my confidence. And I don't know, it was really cool.
All right, Dog, congratulations again, and you'll be getting the trophy in the mail. And I heard that they're going to be separate packages, so you're going to get your own, and also, Andy's going to get his own. So there you go.
I do actually host my own tournament called Classic Tetris Brawl.
Okay.
It's sort of like a tournament where there's divisional tournaments, and then there's this big Brawl championship that has 3-way matches and stuff like that. So I just sort of wanted to say that for
where can people find info? You're the world champ. You can say what you want. Where can people find info about this?
You can find it on, if you go to my channel, Dog Playing Tetris, and just do !Discord, you'll find the invite to my server, Classic Tetris Brawl.
There you go. Okay, well, there's some. The Tetris community is amazing. A lot of tournaments happening. Check out Tetris Brawl with the world champion Dog. Dog, congratulations again, man.
Yep, thank you.
And wow, just what a year of Classic Tetris action. 2020 was different. We were experimenting with new things, and I hope all of you out there had a great time with this show. I know I did. And just being able to see the caliber of players grow to this extent. And even though it came down to two brothers in the same house, I'm just fully satisfied there's going to be a lot of great highlight reels coming out of this. And just really going to be a memorable time. And we're going to learn from this, and we're going to grow and have continuing new generations of players. Who knows how old our next champions are going to be. And I can't wait for just people to react the world to react that we now have a 13-year-old Tetris champion and followed by his brother in second place.
Yeah.
So
Arda mentioned it, right? His daughter is at the perfect age right now to become the next champion at 1 year old. You know, might as well let's set the record as low so it can't be broken.
Yeah, I mean, now that you know, it's been shown, you know, people are going to be stepping up to the plate, and every year we see new people be inspired by the game of Tetris because Tetris is a game for everybody. And thanks to the Tetris company once again for making Tetris World Championships possible, for supporting us and providing our prize money this year. Be sure to check them out on Instagram at Tetris_official to learn more about the prizes that they wanted to give out in conjunction with what we're doing this year. Shout outs to our other sponsors, Xbox brand, for also supporting us with the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. Enhanced Games for the game Tetris Effect Connected, which has the classic battle mode in it that's CTWC inspired. You can get on the game and play a CTWC battle in your home on the same system without having all of the old classic equipment. It's great. And they have supported us. They're our newest sponsor, and we couldn't be happier to have featured the games and the Xbox and Tetris Effect Connected. Everything is just coming together like it's all connected.
Yep. And again, also to Cogworks out there. Sorry, but you know, they have also sponsored here. They also ran a bunch of small minor tournaments as well. So just wanted to mention, for example, the Speed Tetris right there was won by Eric. In second place was Alex. I cannot pronounce that last name. Strosko, I think it is. And the No Next Box tournament was won by Alan in first place, and second place was Eric. And you know, they got $250 for first place, and they also got $150 for second place as well. So that's really, really cool. Shout outs to them. Again, you know, they are always trying to figure out a lot of the scientific side of Tetris over there. 5 years ago, Dr. Wayne Gray and his Cogworks team from Rensselaer came to CTWC for the first time. And we're totally blown away by the impossible speeds and just actual impossible. I mean, we saw it earlier, the impossible play from Dog with some of those, burns and everything like that. But ever since, they've been coming back year after year, trying to figure out how players can do this kind of stuff. So shout outs to Cogworks for continually supporting the CTWC.
Okay, and yeah, we've got a couple of others. We're sponsored by @Games. Thanks to them for being our sponsor. Thanks to also Best of 5, the Classic Tetris Champions, which is a new documentary that's on Kickstarter right now for 3 more days. So go to TetrisChampion.com to check out that project and support our next film that has CTWC content and brought to you by the producers of the CTWC. And finally, I believe our last one is the Palindromists, which also feature staff from Ecstasy of Order, is a new documentary about palindromes that I know James is excited about. Yeah. So check that out. We ran the trailer earlier, and you can check that out on social media on @Palindromists and thepalindromists.com.
Yeah, and I just want to say right here, thanks everybody for watching. And one of the reasons why that this has been so hype and so exciting is that, look, there's probably nobody in the world that hasn't played Tetris. You watch this tournament, you already know that it's amazing what these players are accomplishing. You don't even have to be a Tetris pro to understand that these players are just above and beyond anything that we've seen, and Tetris is just the most universal game.
Yeah, it's a game for everybody.
I always said I feel like it's the most perfect video game ever created, the perfect art of video games. And so to me, it's just thank you for everybody letting me do this commentary here. And Chris, go ahead.
Honor working with you year after year, James.
Yeah. But
And,
feel free to close us out, Chris, if you have any
Yeah, so definitely big shout out to Trey, Adam, and Vince for running this tournament and taking the initiative to make this work in the world with all the circumstances and taking it online. And hopefully it all entertained you out there. We had a great time. To Keith for restreaming us, Austin also restreaming us through our brackets, and all of our support staff.
Shout out to the foreign language streams as well too. So
our foreign language streams,
yeah.
and Classic Tetris 2 and Classic Tetris 3. Sean and Chris Foryst doing some of the backstage work for us. So
Trey, Adam,
a lot
Vince,
of people doing things that make this all possible. This is a community effort. So many things that happen, like the tournament, and the fact that we now have a classic mode represented in a modern game. We all made this happen, and you, by watching us, by viewing us and clicking like and going to YouTube and commenting on our videos, you guys enjoying the sport of Tetris is what makes this possible, and for us to continue entertaining you. So thank you. Boom, Tetris for you.